Alright, now that minigame mode is out of the way, we can now move on to the next game mode. Mic mode. Play games with your mic here. Alright, microphone mode. Microphone mode, or mic mode, is basically a mode where you can play various games with your microphone. There's Speak Up, Star Sprint, and mic mini games. I'm going to start this game mode off by playing the sub mode Speak Up. This is Speak Up, a cool verbal only quiz game you can play with the mic. Now with Speak Up you can only play this with 2, 3, or 4 players. You cannot play this with one player for some reason, which I have no idea why. So I'm actually going to be playing this with 4 or 3 other people. Now if I can just get the controller settings set for the characters. Player 2 is going to be Wario, and player 1 is going to be Yoshi, once I can get Yoshi, player 4 out of the way. So hang on for a moment. Alright, so I've also decided that player 3 is going to be Waluigi and player 4 is going to be Daisy. Now, I don't actually have I've got only 3 controllers on me, like 3 actual controllers, but only 2 of them work. So I'm having to use my DK bongos to navigate the menu stuff, which is why it took a little while. Enough about that, let's start Speak Up. Welcome to Speak Up, the brain-bending, fast-talking quiz game. I'm Brighton, the incandescent dude of the daytime. And I'm Twilight, the dazzling dame of the night. We're the hosts of Speak Up. Do you want to hear the rules? Sure, but the rules are actually going to take a good 5 minutes, so if you want to skip this, I'll put a link up to the time when it's time to skip it. Speak Up is a quiz game you can play with the mic. When you know the answer, press the button on the mic and say it. If you get a right answer, you earn a load of points. The faster you get the right answer, the more points you will earn. But if you answer incorrectly, your rivals will get a chance to swoop in and answer. Your rivals will steal your question and the points if you are careless. So pay attention and answer fast. That's how the game is played. It's quite simple, really. Whoever gets the most points wins the title of Raging Speak Up Champion. Next we'll explain how the game selection board works. Alright, so there's 5 types to choose from. There's picture type, which you have to figure out the character you see. Then there's counting type. The type of game will have you counting all loads of characters. Memory type, pay attention to what happens on the screen and where the characters are. We'll ask you some questions about what you saw. Comparison quiz. In this game you choose to compare things and say the answer to the mic. This is variety quiz. You never know what kind of challenge awaits you here. The number of stars tells you how difficult the game is going to be. Choose from 1 to 5, but you only start out with 1. And as you play more, you will have higher difficulty levels if you pick those. If you can only pick highlighted cards like that, and you cannot choose games that are dark like that. Answering a question will cause the panel's color to change the color of your podium. The next question in that game type is going to be tougher. Players choose games based on the order of their podiums. As you're playing, you'll find a cool special panel. If you're lucky enough to find one, something really cool is going to happen. What that is depends on the type of special panel you get. For example, this is a mushroom panel. If you get one of these and you answer your question correctly, you'll earn double the usual points. Bah, that's nothing compared to the super mushroom panel. Get your answers right with one of these little babies and you'll get triple the points. Hush up, sunshine boy. Those panels can't compare to this flower panel. After all, it'll make your next question easier to answer. The star panel is way cooler. It'll give you a second chance to answer if you get the wrong answer. Well, at least we can agree that they're all quite marvelous. There might be even other special panels. Oh, and special panels will only work for that quiz. Don't worry, just answer the next question. Because the power of the special panels will carry over. That's enough about special panels. I think it's time to explain how the games are played. Alright, so this is going to give an example of a picture quiz. We're going to tell you about how the question screen works. Please take a look at this box. It's called the timer. As the question has been asked, the timer will tick down to 0. To answer points, you have to answer the question before it drops to 0. The timer will start with more seconds on harder questions, but it'll also tick away rapidly. Don't be hasty and shout out a wrong answer. This thing up here tells you what type of question or what type of game you're playing. If you somehow forget, look up here for a reminder. This is a special panel display. Special panels are currently in effect, will appear here. This icon tells you if you have any hints left. If you're having a hard time with the question and don't know the answer, press the button on the mic and say, "Give me a hint." You can get a hint anytime if you see this icon. A hint icon will only be activated by the person who chooses the correct quiz question. You get only one hint, so make it count. Hints are great for cracking even the toughest questions. Now, this is the mic icon. It will tell you whose turn it is and when they can answer. You can't use the mic to answer if it's crossed out. When the mic lights up, you can answer any time. If you see your character's picture here, it's your turn. When you see this icon, press the A button. Come back to this tutorial if you ever need any pointers. Alright, now that that's over with, do you want to see the character intros? Sure, I'll just make a quick rundown of the characters. This basically just shows you all the characters in the game. Alright, it's time to announce. Say next, go back, and then say characters. Mario. Luigi. Oh, Mario. 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 Okay. Next. Okay, so you have to hold the microphone on its side, and it seems to work easier like that. Yoshi. Yoshi. Ugh. Next. Next. This microphone is so old. I've had it since like 2003. Daisy. Waluigi. Next. 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 Toadette. Next. Darn it, my microphone cord is scraping against my microphone stand. Shy Guy. Koopa. Next. Penguin. Quit. Alright. Now I can finally get started with the game. Today's contestants. Player 1 is Yoshi. Player 2 is Wario. Or contestant. Contestant 3 is Waluigi. And contestant 4 is Daisy. Alright, if you know the instructions are... blah, 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 let's begin. Finally! That took 10 minutes to explain. Alright, press the button. I'll just start this off with a picture. Picture. Quiz. Yeah, this microphone is fairly old. At least it still works. Who is this? Peach! Peach! Yes. Now the thing about the speed up is that it actually changes every time you play. Like the characters and the pictures and countings and stuff like that. They change every time you play. This is actually my third time having to play this because one time I tried recording it and it did not go well. Counting. 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 So yes, this isn't my third time. It's actually my second time having to record this, and it has just been a complete buzzkill because I'm having to redo everything. Watch carefully. Alright. 4 Yukikis. 4! Yeah, I want to see if I can untangle my GameCube microphone so it won't be scraping against my actual microphone from my computer stand, which is just a box. It's nothing major, it's just a box. Alright, Waluigi. Memory. I think I've got an idea. There we go. I put a little something so that way in the way so if it scrapes it won't affect anything. Alright, remember what happened. 3 Yukikis, Mario got shot up a cannon, and it looks like there's 2 stars. Mario. Mario. Yes. Alright. Alright, Waluigi got 10 points. So far, everybody except Daisy has gotten it correct on the first second. Comparison. Alright. There's more left. Left. Yeah, this microphone speaks pretty. It speaks pretty clear. It seems to work fairly well. It's just I don't know which direction I'm supposed to hold it in. Am I supposed to hold it on its side or like right in front of me? Some weird design. Alright, Daisy's absolutely right as well. There are 20 turns in this, and every time somebody goes, it takes up a whole turn. So everybody is going to go at least 3 times. Alright, variety. Alright, question 5 for Yoshi. Go! It's a penguin. Penguin! I'm looking forward to the more difficult questions. Those are always fun. Alright. Yoshi has 10 points. Alright, Wario's turn. I'm gonna give Wario memory. Alright, a fire flower. Flower panel. Next question's going to be easier. Alright, remember what happened. There's 2 warp pipes, 1 Yukiki, 3 mushrooms. That was easy. 1. Alright. Wario has got an extra 20 points. Alright, Waluigi's turn. I'm gonna give Waluigi picture. 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 Alright. Yeah, this is actually fairly difficult to record because if I were to... Alright. Looks like Luigi. Aw. Going to guess... Yoshi? Alright. Because the difficulty in recording this is that I have to make sure that my computer doesn't have any frame errors, which was the main cause of me having to re-record this, as well as making sure my microphone program for my computer records this as well, which that only recorded half of this. Alright, I'm going to give Daisy variety. 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 But yeah, I just had a lot of difficulty recording this, and I'm really hoping this one goes a lot better. Alright, who is that? Luigi? Alright. It's funny Luigi face. Alright. Yoshi's turn again. I'm going to give Yoshi a comparison. Alright. It'd be so much fun if I had other people to play this with. Alright. Right. Yeah, because the left one has only 4 and then the right one has 5. Those are some weird looking UFOs. Yeah, Yoshi got another 20 points. Alright, question 10. Wario, I'm going to give you another comparison. Comparison! Alright. There's more... left? Alright. The thing about the comparison is that it's actually a 50-50 chance, whereas the other ones are actually a little more difficult, especially the memory one. Alright, so I think I'm going to give Waluigi a comparison quiz as well to have him be caught up with everybody else. Comparison. So I'm trying to make sure everybody has a very similar score, so that by one isn't like left behind and stuff. Just more... I think the right? Alright. Because once these get to level 5, then you can't play them anymore. Alright, Waluigi got 27 points. Now it's Daisy's turn. Counting. Counting. Alright, Daisy got a super mushroom, so she'll get triple the points if she gets this right. Alright. Watch carefully. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, wait, there's 4. 5, 6. 9. Alright, Daisy's going to have a lot of points. That's a lot of points. Alright, and now let's tally up the scores and check the standings. Waluigi's in 4th. Yoshi and Wario are in 2nd. And then Daisy's in 1st. Question 13. Alright. Memory. This is fun. It just takes a while. Alright, remember what happened. Okay, so 2 thwomps, Wario, 3 mushrooms, Mario, 3 more thwomps, so that makes 6, 3 poison mushrooms, and a cannon with 2 more thwomps at Peach. So that makes 8 thwomps, Peach in the cannon, 1 star, Mario hitting block, and Wario in the house. 1. That was funny. I like seeing Peach getting shot out of the cannon. And Mario, 2. Alright, so now Yoshi has 87 points. Alright, picture. We haven't seen a picture in a while. Question 14 for Wario. Who is this? I think that's Luigi. Luigi? Alright, that was Luigi. Alright, so Wario has 21 now. Luigi's turn. Variety. It'd be fun if they can go all the way to level 5. Or all of them would be answered. Daisy? There we go. Looks like Peach. But it's Daisy. Now it's Daisy's turn to answer a question. Alright, I think I'm going to go with the last comparison. Alright. There's more. I think the left? Darn it. Nope, it's the right one. Right. You know, I was thinking about purposely saying the left, because the only other controller I can actually input when someone gets it wrong is Yoshi. So I think it's a little unfair that Yoshi's the only one that can answer the other questions. Oh well. Alright, question 17. Alright, counting. Watch carefully. 3 Goombas, 4 Thwomps, and like 7. Blech. 12. 12. Darn it. Alright. 14. Yes. Oh yeah, with my other controller, I can also press A. I can also press A. Yeah, I've got a lot of weird controllers. Half of them don't work, and then the only other two I have, I don't have one of them with me because my brother was borrowing it. Alright, Wario's turn. Variety. Alright, Wario got a fire flower. So this question is going to be easier. Question 18. Alright. Looks like a Mario head. Huh. I don't... Donkey Kong? No. Yes. I don't know who that is. How is this easier? Alright. Koopa Kid. Darn it. There's Peach. How is that Peach? Stupid Peach. Alright, Waluigi's turn. Picture. There's a lot of failures on this board. On that board. Alright. It looks like... looks like Wario or Donkey Kong. Or Mario. Give me a hint. Alright. It's Mario. Mario! Yes. I think that's the first time we've seen Mario since he got shot out of a cannon. Alright, Waluigi got 19 points. Last question for Daisy. Variety. Alright, let's see if Daisy can get this right. Give me a hint, because I don't feel like solving it right now. Waluigi. Darn it. Looks like Mario. Mario? Yes. Darn it. Wario. Looks like a troll face. Well, that was a bust. Alright, so it looks like Yoshi's the winner. Alright, and so sometimes when you play this, Bowser will randomly appear. But he didn't appear this time for some reason, and when he does, there's special events that go on, like Bowser questions, and you can even lose points depending on what goes on in it. And it looks like Yoshi's the winner of that. Let's go Yoshi. Alright, I do not want to play again with the same settings. Thank goodness this is over, because it took a very long time.